Welcome. Well, you're at home with Jim and Joy, and you are an important part of our EWTN family. And we would love to hear from you. So send us an email with a question or a comment to jimandjoy@ewtn.com. Today we have with us Sister Mary Lisa Renfer. She is a consecrated religious sister with the Religious Sisters of Mercy. Sister Mary Lisa serves as the medical director for St. Mary's Legacy Clinic in Knoxville, Tennessee. And their mission is to bring the gospel to underserved communities through sound, ethical healthcare. You could go to their website, smlcares.com, to find out about this beautiful ministry. And then last week we had on Bella Wellness. And so it really, in Lent, is a time for you at home to say, these are beautiful ministries. How could I get involved? How could I pray for them? How can I support them? We are in the season of Lent.
Almsgiving,
right?
yeah.
And there's a time for almsgiving. Or God might be saying to you, I want you to do a holy hour and pray for them because they are going out to the underserved. And Sister's going to tell us the area where they're covering. And they go to different places and to meet people, to love people, to help them to get better in body, mind, and spirit. It's that way healthcare was designed to be, right? In ways that we can love and serve. So you're going to enjoy having beautiful Sister with us, and she's going to tell us her beautiful vocation story also.
Yeah, and what all of this flows from, I mean, their spirituality, their connectedness to the divine mercy of God that seeks out misery. And Christ comes to us in the midst of our misery and does great and wonderful things. That's their calling, not only medically, but in the gifts and fruit of the Holy Spirit, God's virtues. Someone has said, you know, mercy is what love looks like when it shows up. And it's showing up through Sister Mary Lisa Renfer and through these Sisters of Mercy. Plenty more to come. We'll be right back. Please don't go away.
Welcome back. Well, you're at home with Jim and Joy, and today we have the privilege and the honor to have Sister Mary Lisa Renfer with us. She's a consecrated religious sister with the Religious Sisters of Mercy. Now, Sister Mary Lisa serves as the medical director for St. Mary's Legacy Clinic in Knoxville, Tennessee. And their mission is to bring the gospel to underserved communities through sound, ethical healthcare. Please go to their website, smlcares.com. Well, Sister, we are glad to have you with us today. And I want you to tell our family a little bit about yourself, your background, your vocational calling, and it sounds like you were minding your own business and God had another plan for you, right?
Often the case,
yes. So tell our family your story.
Sure. So I grew up in Michigan as part of a large family. I was the second of 7 children. And a thread throughout my life was this knowledge that the Lord was calling me to give my whole life to Him in some way of service. And I didn't know what that meant. Continued on through my life, had, normal things happen, dating relationships, all these things, trying to sort through and figure out what the Lord desired of me. And that desire just continued to grow. It was something that I couldn't ignore. It kept coming back up. And I went to college at Franciscan University of Steubenville, which was a great prayer community. And in that time there, I realized it was something I just couldn't ignore anymore. And my prayer was, Lord, I desire you. What do you desire for me? What does this mean? Where does this come from? And my knowledge of being called to religious life was a sense of the Lord's desire meeting mine, of coming to realize that when I approached the Lord and said, what do you desire for me? He said, I desire you. So that was really the reality of knowing I was called to religious life, that sense of knowing that I was meant to belong entirely to the Lord. I had the grace of, through the pastor of my home parish, meeting our community of the Religious Sisters of Mercy of Alma, Michigan, at our mother house. I'm from Michigan, so it wasn't too far away, but I never heard of the sisters. And when I met with the sisters, learned about the charism of the community. And I still remember Sister Mary Rebecca was the sister who was talking about the charism of the community that day. And she talked about this mercy cross.
Yes.
And the white of the cross represents the mercy of God, and the black is the misery of mankind. And so the Sister of Mercy is supposed to be the meeting point, to bring that mercy of God to those places of misery, to spend our life at the foot of the cross, to receive that mercy and bring it to those in need.
So powerful.
It is powerful, and it was something I had been praying with that image already in my life. So it kind of gave, those moments of goosebumps where you say, oh no, okay, this is really happening. So, from that moment, I really knew I was called to this religious community. I knew I was at home there. So I joined shortly after, just a few months later, the community. That was in 2009. So, so it's been an incredible journey since then.
So then you joined the community, and then you went to med school.
That's true, yes.
How did that happen?
So all of our life is formed by our vows. So we have vows of poverty, chastity, obedience, as all sisters do, and a fourth vow of service to the poor, sick, and ignorant. So our community predominantly serves in healthcare and education. I had been considering medicine before I was a sister, but trying to figure out how it fit in everything. I said, if I'm going to be a mother, do I want to be a doctor? I feel this call to serve. And so in the Lord's love and mercy, it was everything coming together in religious life. And then the ask of the community, will you go forward in medicine? So now I had the grace of obedience, that grace of living in that vow of service. And so it was very transformative for me. So I finished my undergraduate and then went to medical school at Michigan State University. And that's where I received my degree in the midst of my formation as a religious sister.
Bless you.
It's a powerful testimony. I love what you shared about you're asking the Lord, like, what do you want me to do for you? How can I serve you? And he says, I want you. I want you. And oftentimes we're doing service for the Lord, and it's such a blessing that he allows us to do that. But many times, it's just the way that he's saving us, to be in deep, intimate union with him, so that you have it in the right perspective. It's your love for him, his love for you, that's first. And I love the cross. In our journey as working for many years in the Protestant church, and their definition of mercy, and it's a part of it, I'm sure, is getting the opposite of what you deserve, getting the opposite of what you deserve, God's mercy and stuff. But I've learned in the Catholic tradition now, it's even more than that. It's the Lord's movement that he's coming for us, and he's meeting us in the midst of our misery. And so your cross just says it so well what mercy is. It's the merciful heart of God moving into misery, that Jesus is the face of God moving in misery, coming to us.
Exactly.
And that's quite a call.
Exactly. And we receive it first to be able to bring it to others. I think it's so important to remember that. I mean, we receive mercy first through the work of redemption of our Lord coming to meet us in the incarnation, and then now through the gift of the sacraments and meeting the triune God, like through the sacraments and the graces of the church. So we have to receive that mercy first before we can bear it to others. It starts there. But then you receive that grace and you see the Lord in each person, and you're able to bring that mercy to them in the midst of all of the happenings of life. So their personal misery, the misery of the world, but that mercy is so much more powerful than that. And so that's the overwhelming experience.
So this is an anniversary. Has it begun?
It is.
50 years?
It is. So yes, our community was founded in 1973. We trace our original foundation back to the 1800s to Venerable Catherine Macaulay, who founded the Sisters of Mercy in Ireland in response to a need of that time, especially to help distressed women, the poor children, the sick poor, to really reach out to them with that mercy and homes of mercy in that time. And our community in 1973 really tried to recapture that vision of Catherine Macaulay, to reclaim that charism. So we were really refounded, a group of Sisters of Mercy at the Religious Sisters of Mercy of Alma, Michigan in 1973, to continue that charism of mercy that she started in that time. So it's a blessing to have our 50th anniversary this year. It's a great time of grace for us. And if anyone is near any of our Mercy convents, we actually, if you pray in one of our chapels this year, you can receive a plenary indulgence from September 1st last year to September 1st this year, which is a special grace for our community and hopefully for the wider church.
And you have sisters in your community from all over the world, right?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
today
true.
you even brought a sister with you from Sweden.
This is true.
Yeah.
That's a mystery of the Lord at work in our midst.
So beautiful. So you're from Michigan, so that's
True.
kind of easy go, but yet you said you lived in Michigan, you hadn't heard of the order, right? And so true, as people here in Alabama, and they think, I've never heard of EWT, and you're like, what planet are you from, right? But it's true, right?
Yes.
And so women come, discerning their call, and how many sisters are in your order right now?
You know, I don't have the exact number. It's somewhere around 120 some, I would say, in total. Yeah, it's gone up and down, so don't quote me perfectly on that, but it's around that number. I mean, through the Lord's kindness and providence, we're growing. So we're actually, this is a great, if you can keep this in prayer, we're actually working on building right now because we've outgrown our chapel, we've outgrown some of our houses of formation. So looking at, you know, how do we serve in the fruit year and make a beautiful space of prayer, since that's the center of who we are as
Are you speaking about in Alma,
in
Michigan?
Alma, Michigan. Thank you, at our mother house. Yes.
Beautiful.
So we're excited about that.
How did the order wind up in Knoxville, or you wound up in Knoxville? Like, what was
Sure.
that connection?
Sure. You know, in the Lord's providence, it was a time actually where the bishop at the time was in need of care initially. So that's how we first started there, was our sisters reaching out in healthcare, and then we started in different works in the diocese and Catholic Charities initially. And then there was a desire for this mobile medical clinic. So that now this clinic has been around now for 10 years, so it's an anniversary for us as well. So, you know, it grows when usually we go to a certain place, or we always go at the invitation of a bishop, and that he discerns a need in the diocese. So our community came there. Now I believe it's been 13 or 14 years ago. I think it's 14 now. And then it's grown since then with the needs of the diocese, really trying to serve the church where we're at.
So beautiful.
So it's St. Mary's Legacy Clinic.
Yes.
So when I first was reading this, you know, I was saying, I thought it was like a building, but this is a mobile unit.
Yes.
And so you say somewhere, think what about the mobile unit? It's kind of like a whole medical, like you would go to the doctor,
Yes.
but it's kind of
On wheels. It's a doctor's office on wheels,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's if you think of anything that can happen in a normal primary care office, it can happen on the clinic. It just happens to be on wheels. So that really enables us to go out into the rural communities to provide care for those who are in need of care who otherwise wouldn't have access. And the whole, because it's legacy clinic, because we're trying to continue the legacy of St. Mary's Hospital. It was a beautiful Catholic hospital in Knoxville that was built to serve the needs of the poor. Closed, unfortunately, several years ago. But through the negotiation of the funds for that, a foundation was able to purchase the first mobile clinic with a desire to continue that mission. I meet many people that were born at the hospital that received care from the sisters there. It was the Sisters of Mercy, so it's in continuity with our charism. And they always talk about the kindness they received, the compassion of the sisters. So the idea is to take that charism and bring it out to the communities to serve those most in need. So it's really to be those hands and feet of Jesus Christ.
And so there are 5 sisters with you in Knoxville right now.
Yes.
And so, but you also have volunteers who accompany you on the mobile unit as you go out. And so what, if a person's at home think, well, you know, I live in Knoxville, I have some gifts and talents. What are things, what kind of volunteers assist you? How do they aid you?
Oh gosh, we do. Our volunteers do lots of things for us. So from little things that are so important to cleaning our clinic, to making sure it's beautiful and in keeping with the dignity of our patients. So we have some people that just help with cleaning and cleaning our warehouse. We go out to our sites. We have different stations. So we have a hospitality station so our patients feel welcome. Some help with registration, so that's kind of that front desk experience. We always partner with a location, so they go out into the location first, the building. We have nurses that help, so they do vital signs, get their history, things like that. When we go on board, we have a full lab. We have someone who does patient education, so they spend time helping them with their medications, understanding their condition. And then obviously the medical providers. So myself and Sister Celeste Mary, who's a nurse practitioner, provide medical care. We also have volunteer providers. So really anybody can come join us. The work of prayer is so important. So if you want to be a prayer warrior for us and our patients, that's huge. We also have people help in our office, little things like calling and reminding people of appointments or helping with paperwork. It's those hidden little acts that are also so important, so that we can make sure we're providing the best possible care and the broadest care really for those that we take care of.
Further on your vision and values, just the importance of medicine in the Catholic tradition. I think that's what I'm hearing. We experience that to a degree in our pregnancy medical center. It's like everything that we do, the way things look, the way it smells, because some of these people are dabbling with, abortion facilities might come out, they come into our place and it's like, well, it's a culture, it's an environment, it's an ambiance, it's the presence of the Lord. And that happens in everything. The people who answer our phones are trained, and they're going to hear, you're the first voice somebody's going to hear. And we're all about the Lord and being his voice and being his presence. Speak about that more fully in terms of the values and what's happening, and how numerous times you can't do what you'd like to do, possibly health-wise, but people are being ministered to in so many other ways.
Yeah, that's really important. And I think we really try to emphasize that we have a beautiful group, I think both with our staff and volunteers, that really embrace the mission, which helps a lot. We talk a lot about compassion and then about dignity and respect. I think that's so important for our clinic. Often when people come to us, they haven't been treated well. All the patients that we see are uninsured. So everyone that comes to us, and usually when you end up in that situation, there's some sorrow there. Something happened, something, might be a generation of things happening or multiple generations. Something sudden could have happened. So they come with, their sorrows. A lot of people come with a certain amount of shame and not always having been treated well. So from that very first interaction, it's so important that they know that they are respected, that they're loved, and that they're worthy of care. I think that's what's most important to us. The back of the clinic says the love of Christ impels us. It's the idea, Sister Mariana, who started the clinic at the beginning, that was so important to, that's what pushes the clinic forward. So when we see our patients, as you said, we see patients in all different kinds of circumstances. Sometimes they haven't sought medical care for over 20 years. So sometimes I can turn things around medically and sometimes I can't. But I've had people in tears at the end of their visit just because they were treated well. And that gives them, that's transformative and that's healing in itself. So really trying to see the face of Christ in each person and to bring that love of Christ to each person is so important, to bring that mercy that we're also in need of. We think of Venerable Catherine, and I often remember this quote. We've told our volunteers that she said that there's something that the poor prize more highly than gold, though it costs the donor nothing, and that is the kind word, the gentle, compassionate look, and the patient hearing of sorrows. And I remember that often because that's the foundation of what we do. So yes, we provide medical care. We work with partners, so we can talk more about that later too. We work with other groups so that we can provide even more than just basic medical care. But it's so much about that interpersonal interaction. And you said that it's from that initial phone call. And again, you have to give people, sometimes people are in the midst of a hard circumstance, they might be having a bad day. You always respond in kindness because it can really transform that experience for them.
I was watching, and it was on EWTN, and they were speaking about a ministry similar to yours, unless it was yours and I didn't recognize it, but in this huge RV and going about rural communities. And they had some guy giving a testimony, and he was a young man, maybe 30-ish or so. And he was just speaking of what this really means to him, and that he's not getting health care because he's not poor enough in some cases. And he said, I'm in between that, and this really means a lot to me. And then he teared up and he said, and I have daughters, and they're now being cared for. You felt his responsibility and that he couldn't do that for them. And that's where he was profoundly moved. It wasn't just for me. I'm supposed to be caring for my family, and I can't do medical care for them. These people are doing that for my family. That relieves me of a great burden.
Wow. Yeah, it's huge. I remember one of our patients who, it was very striking for me because my father had an accident with a ladder, but having good medical insurance, good care, he had everything that he needed. This patient at the same time, similar age to my dad, fell off a ladder, crushed his pelvis. I mean, terrible injury. went through the hospital and now had multiple surgeries and had all of those hospital bills. So you can imagine the burden of that,
Right.
being the provider of your family, having all of these medical bills. And so he would come in, and he was this strong guy. You know, he worked in construction, doing odd jobs. That's how he had always made money. So this was really a huge burden for him. But him coming in and talking through, and just sometimes just crying for the whole visit and saying, this is the only place I can do this, that he could feel safe and just opening up. But I also was so impressed with his resilience and the way that he like continued to persevere in faith. He said, I know this is going to work out. I know that the Lord will provide for me. I just got to keep taking it one day at a time. I mean, he sold everything he had. He
Bless
downsized
his
his
heart.
house because he wanted to, he says, I want to pay this off, but it's going to take me time.
Yeah.
And so I feel it's such a privilege to be able to support people through those times. And you can't take away the cross. I mean, that's the reality. You can only, sometimes you can be Simon. You can walk with them through those moments and to be with them. But you can help them to remember that the Lord is with them through that, and to help them in any way you can.
Sister, we're going to pause at this point and hold you over for the final segment. We look forward to you finishing up this time and continuing to share this great vision. So we'll be right back. Plenty more to come. Please don't go away.
Welcome back. You're at home with Jim and Joy. We're having a great conversation with Sister. We want you to tell our family, so you're in Eastern Tennessee, where are you going, and what does the mobile unit do, and how many clients do you see on your visits?
Yeah, good questions. So again, rural East Tennessee is unique. We're in the Appalachian area. So if you think of rural Appalachia, going out in the mountains, that's some of where we go. We go in spoke wheels around Knoxville, so we really try to spread out in our area. So we'll go up north to Scott County. We go east to Granger County, which is a more rural area. Those are both kind of more rural Appalachia type areas. We go to Gatlinburg, which is less rural. We started going there when they had major fires.
Yeah.
But we serve a lot of the migrant population there. We go down to Athens and Decatur. We see a lot of more trades workers and people there. That's south of us. And then we go west to Crab Orchard, which is our first site, and now to Crossville in that area. We're soon going to be expanding to a second site in Sevier County, which is where Gatlinburg is, because we are dispersing at the seams there. And then we also see patients in Knoxville. That's more recent. Our warehouse is at the site of a Vietnamese Catholic church, and we realized the Vietnamese community there was in need of health care. So we started a clinic there a little over a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago now, and that one's also really booming. So some of our sites are smaller than others. Every person is important. So it just, when we go to some of our more rural areas, it takes time to build trust, and I think that sometimes, so those places, you know, we'll see something like 10 patients. But I would say more typical for our sites is somewhere around 20 or so patients. The clinic is running today, and we have 24 on the schedule, so it just depends on the day and how many. And
you got to drive out there and drive
exactly,
back.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
that's not easy terrain. And for
Especially in an RV.
Yeah.
but for some of these
The
people as
40-foot
well,
vehicle.
like their health care, if they could reach it, might not be that far away, but do they have a car? And then you got all these
Exactly.
mountains. It's not just like a straight shot as the crow flies.
Yeah.
It's difficult for them to get any place.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's still our biggest difficulty is transportation. Even though we're going out to the places, it's sometimes still hard to get to us. I still want to, as far as what we do on the clinic, so we run full primary care, so we can see, you know, management of chronic conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, things like that. We do annual physicals. We can do pap smears. We have machines to do EKGs or spirometry, which is like that breathing test for lung disease. We do full labs on the clinic, and we also have medications to give out.
So you have a pharmacy right there.
We have a pharmacy. We don't have every single medication, but we have a lot of the basic things to give out to people, and then others will donate to us. So sometimes we have other medications available. And all of this is free, so we don't charge anything. There's no surprises in that. We work a lot with partners, so sometimes we'll have groups there for vaccines or for helping with applying for jobs, all kinds of things in the background. But really we try to do full primary care to follow people through so they can list us as their primary care provider. They have someone to call if they need it.
Yes,
Sister,
excellent.
thank you so much for this vision and following through on it. We look forward to tomorrow unpacking it more fully. And it really says that Christ is seeking you out. Christ sees you. That's what these Sisters of Mercy are all about. Not waiting for you to come, but seeking out those that need the touch and the love of the Lord. You're an important part of this family. You're never alone, and you're always at home with Jim and Joy. Bye now.